For those of you who don't know me, my name is Allison LaBianca, and I've been traveling around the world for the next year, or I will be for the next year or so. It's kind of indefinite at this point, but while I've traveled, I just thought how cool to be able to bring you all along the journey with me. And have you do yoga with me in different locations. So today you're with me in Bali, in Ubud, and this is just my balcony. I'm like caught up in the middle of nature, so you'll probably hear that around me, and just, yeah, soak in the beautiful tropical rainforest that's kind of around me. So yeah, I hope that this practice is just going to be a 30-minute flow today. Just something short and sweet. So if you want to, just find yourself seated in simple seated like I am, or if you want to sit on your shins and just rest back on your heels, that's also fine. But just find yourself in a comfortable space. Maybe just start to close your eyes as we just take a moment to set an intention. Maybe palms are just face open on your knees. Feel your sit bones rooted down and then the crown of your head drawing up. And then just notice if your shoulders are creeping up towards your ears. Can you just allow them to relax down and away from your ears? Draw the shoulder blades slightly together behind you. Begin to draw your navel in towards your spine. And then as you're sitting up tall here, just feel the deep belly breathing. Feel the inhale start from the belly and just rise up to the chest. Feel an expansion. And then just feel like a wave, the breath on the exhale rolling over the shoulders and down your back body. So as you're just taking a moment, just breathing here, feel that wave flowing through your body with the inhale from the front body up. The top of the breath, it's at the shoulders. Exhale, just release the breath. Feel just this rooting into your mat. So maybe on your inhales, you're just counting slowly to 3 or 4. Exhaling for that same count. Just starting to find an even breath. And a big thing that I've been learning the last few months as I've started this traveling is just how to be rooted to the present moment. We talk a lot about being present, but really it's a hard thing to do. So many things draw us out of the right here and the right now. Fears about future, unknowns. We just feel like if we had more of a concept of what was coming, we'd feel safer and more at ease. Or maybe it's things from the past that have happened that just keep tripping us up, that keep getting in our way. And we can't just leave them there and move forward. And so how can we be rooted to the present moment? And so throughout this practice, I'm just going to share a little bit about my process with that. Just find one more full breath in. Exhale. And then inhale, arms reach up. Follow the gaze up towards the hands. Exhale, hands to your heart. Again, inhale, arms reach up. Ride the full inhale, exhale to your heart. Last one, inhale, sweep up. Exhale to your heart. From here, we'll take the right hand down, left arm reaches up and over. Just finding 3 to 4 full breaths here. If you want to drop down onto your elbow, you can do that. But really pin your left hip down as you extend the left fingertips over to the right side. Just gently draw the shoulder blades together here. Draw the skull slightly back. Just feel the breath opening up greater space between each rib on the left side. Last inhale. Stay for the exhale. And then inhale back up center. Switching sides, left hand down, right arm reaches up and over. Pinning your right hip down, and then feel that long line of energy moving out the right fingertips. Skull draws back. So the practice of yoga is about helping us root into the right here, the right now, paying attention to what our body feels, paying attention to the emotions we bring onto our mat, rooting to the present moment, that whatever's coming after this will come, but can we just be right here, right now? Inhale, back up center. Both arms up, exhale, hands to heart. And then we'll just take a little twist, right hand to the outside of the left knee. Left fingertips right behind you. You can make a little tent with your fingertips. Press down, grow long in the spine. Exhale, twist. 3 full breaths here. Each inhale grows you a little taller. And then each exhale, maybe there's a little more depth of your twist. Inhale, back center. Exhale, switching sides, left hand to the right knee. Right fingertips right behind you. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, twist. 3 slow breaths here. Back center. From here, just making your way to table. All 4, shoulders stack over the hips. Shoulders stack over the wrists, hips over knees. We'll just flow a few cat-cows as you inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift your gaze. Exhale, tailbone starts to move down towards the heels, root into the hands, press the back of the heart up towards the sky or the ceiling. Inhale, just flowing on your own breath, letting the breath initiate the movement, not rushing. Just noticing what comes up for you as you slow down. As you learn to root yourself to the present. Can you find the joy in the moment? Can you find the peace? After your next exhale, find a neutral spine. We'll extend the left leg back. Right arm forward. Like you're shaking someone's hand, feel the long line of energy. Out the right fingertips and out the left heel. Left toes point down. And then from here, bending the left knee. So the foot is now pointing up towards the ceiling. Inhale, look up. Exhale, draw it in. Knee to elbow. Inhale, reaching up. A little cat or cow in the back. Exhale, round. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Bring the right hand down, left knee down. Maybe just make a few little circles in the hips. Taking your circles the opposite direction. Coming back neutral this time, right leg extends back. Flex the toes. If you want to look back, make sure the toes are pointing down towards the ground. And then I got a little tricky little fence here, but reaching the left arm forward. Really root into your core, draw the navel to spine. For that stability, gaze is just slightly forward. Then bend the right knee, flexing the foot up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend, and then find that little lift in the back foot. Exhale, draw it in. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Bring both down. If you want to just flow a little bit, do a few more cat-cows, or you want to rest back in child's pose, just take 5 breaths wherever you want to be. Just notice even where your mind takes you on the practice. Where is it jumping into things that are coming, or is it taking you back to situations that have already happened? And can you let your breath be what roots you back to the right here and the right now? And then when you're ready, curl the toes under, lift the hips high, press back, down dog. This first one, just pedal it out. Notice how it feels. Fingers spread wide. Maybe you just bend the knees and walk your dog. Maybe you just wag your tail. And then just start to find a little stillness. On your inhale, shift forward, high plank. Really root into the hands and then feel the back of the heart press up. Tailbone drops towards your heels. Gazing up towards the front of your mat. As you exhale, press back, down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Last one, inhale, high plank. Holding it here for 3 breaths. And then either drop down on your knees or lower down from your toes, chaturanga. From here, interlace the hands at the low back. Press the knuckles towards your heels. And then just start to lift the chin, lift the chest, pressing the tops of the feet down. As you exhale, release the hands, take a cheek to the mat. Again, inhale, lift, come back to neutral, interlace the hands at the low back. Draw the knuckles back towards the heel, and then inhale, start to lift the chest, lift the gaze. Maybe even lifting the legs, drawing the thighs towards one another. Feel it, see if you can soften the glutes and lift from the legs, the thighs. As you exhale, lower all the way down. Just take a few breaths. And then curl the toes under, lift the kneecaps up. See if you can press high plank to down dog. From here, find a deep bend in your knees. Look towards your hands. And then we'll walk to the top of our mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's first take a deep bend in the left knee. If you have a block and you want to use that to root your left hand down, take that, otherwise plant the left hand down on your mat, and then just start to open up, lifting the right arm up. Just allowing your neck to be relaxed here. So we root down into that left hand, we rise up and grow taller. Rooted into the present. Exhale, fold forward. Switch sides, deep bend into the right knee, right hand down, twisting open. Exhale, fold. As you inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or low cobra. Exhale, down dog. From here, right leg lifts. If you want to bend the knee, open the hips, take that. And then straighten the right leg, square the hips off, shift forward, right knee to nose, and then step the foot between the hands. Drop the left knee down, uncurl the toes, inhale, rise up. On your next inhale, grow taller. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift. As you exhale, twist left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Maybe you stay here with the knee down. Maybe you can curl the back toes under and lift the back knee up. Make it your own if you have any variations you want to take. And then bring both hands down. Straighten that front leg, fold. And then as you inhale, come back up, crescent lunge. As you exhale, airplane arms back. Just hovering here, belly hovers over thigh. Stay strong in the legs, and then hands come to heart, pressing up warrior 3. Find a few breaths here. Slight bend in the standing leg, and then just draw that right hip back. Hands come down, standing L. Keep that heart lifted like you're in up dog. As you exhale, tap the back of the left knee to the back of the right. Curtsy squat. Inhale, back up. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, open. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, standing L. And then exhale, forward fold. Any option you want, maybe opposite arm, opposite elbow. Maybe you interlace the hands at the low back and bring the shoulders, the knuckles up and over. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back to plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, press back, down dog. Just finding your breath. If it's become labored, just slow it down. Remembering at any point if you need to pause and just find yourself in a child's pose or seated. Just taking that time for yourself to stay connected to what's happening within you right here, right now. Not where you were yesterday or where you hope to be or wish you were, but just listening to right now. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee if you want it. Opening up the hips. Keeping your weight even in both hands as you open the hips. And then straighten the legs, square the hips off, shift forward, left knee to nose. Step the foot between the hands. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, rise up. Just slowing the breath. Draw navel to spine and stay long. See if you can lift the waistline off the hips. And then exhale, hands to heart. Full breath in. Exhale, twist. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. And either stay like this or curl the toes under, lift the back knee up. See if you can draw that left lung back, right lung to center. And then exhale, bring both hands down. Straighten that front leg. Just folding over the leg. And then inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Staying on the ball of your back foot. Shoulders draw down and back. So there's space between the shoulders. They're not creeping up. As you exhale, hands to heart, shifting forward, warrior 3. Finding a slight bend in that standing leg, draw the left hip back. And then feel like the right foot is pressing into a wall behind you. Find a little up dog in the upper body. And then as you exhale, hands come down, standing L. Keep that heart lifted. As you exhale, curl it all in. Right knee taps behind the left. Inhale, press up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, reach. Exhale, tap. Inhale, reach. Last one, tap. Inhale, up. And standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale to your heart. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Either go right to down dog or step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And then just taking child's pose, knees wide, toes together or thighs close. Just slowing down. Just reconnecting to your breath as we start to wind down. So this whole idea of being rooted to the present has been quite a challenge for me. My word this year is to be present, because I knew there was something about traveling that there would be the sense of wishing I was somewhere else or missing people over here, and that it would draw me out of where I was right here, right now, fears that I had. And so the last few months I was just in Kenya, and this really came to a head for me. There was just stuff going on at home that I was working through that was really just challenging for me, and every part of me just wanted to fix it and to make things right and to just leave where I was to go deal with what was happening, but I couldn't do any of that. I had to just sit in what was going on, and every part of me wanted to just numb out or to escape it somehow, because it just felt so overwhelming. And I just kept coming back to this, how can I just sit in what's going on, to accept that this is happening over here, that I can also leave it and know that it will work itself out, that I can just be right here, right now, to enjoy the people around me, to say yes to opportunities that were right before me, instead of being stuck in something that was somewhere else that I just couldn't do anything about. And so it was a really hard thing for me to learn, that how do I embrace joy and embrace moments when other parts of my life just felt like they were pulling at me and felt overwhelming. And so learning to be present and to finding the peace and contentment in each moment, while also accepting that other parts of life just felt uncertain and scary and vulnerable and rocky. But that I could find my breath and I could slow down and just be rooted to the right here and right now, and trust that the other things that I couldn't do anything about, that in time, the right time, they'll be worked through. That I will be able to address them, but there was nothing I could do about it now, but I was spending so much energy creating stories and creating scenarios of what could be, when the invitation for me was just to be in the now, to say yes to things happening, and to even find joy in the midst of some of those overwhelming feelings. So start to continue to take those deep breaths, and then as you're ready, just pressing yourself back up to down dog. Right leg lifts. Shift forward, right knee to nose, and then we'll take the right knee to the outside of the right wrist, and then just walking back to pigeon. The closer your heel is in towards your groin, then it won't be as intense of a hip opener. So just check back that the back toes are lined up with the knee and the knee in line with the hip. Fingertips down at your side. Just open the heart for a moment. Square the hips off. Just find a full breath in. As you exhale, just folding down. Just finding your edge. Maybe you're on your forearms, maybe head's resting on a block or resting down. Just taking a moment to check in with your breath. To check in with how your body feels towards the end. And as you're in this hip opener, just thinking through what are fears that are maybe pulling you out of the present, fears of the unknown, of your future. Can you just allow those, can you name those in your mind, and can you just allow them to surface, acknowledge what's there? Or maybe there are situations in the past that you're dwelling on, that just keep stealing your joy of the present. That you're fixating on, that really are just meant to be released and to move forward. Just finding 3 more breaths in your pigeon. Just see if there's any place you can surrender a little bit more into the posture in the last few breaths. And then start to walk yourself back up. Shift over onto the right side. Let that left leg just press forward. Bringing the right sole of your foot into the left inner thigh. Inhale, arms reach up. As you exhale, hinging from the hips, fold over that left leg. Maybe hands just come at your sides. Finding your edge and then just drawing your chin to your chest. Not striving here, just letting our body talk to us, letting our body guide us for where we can take each pose today. Maybe just as you begin to keep breathing here, your inhales are just, you're inhaling peace and contentment. And as you're exhaling, you're releasing worries or stresses of things that aren't even yet or things that already were. Inhaling the peace and contentment. Releasing the fears and anxieties. And then walking yourself back up. Bring the soles of your feet together. Find a tall spine. And maybe right here is enough for you and you just stay and breathe. If you want to take it a little further, you can just start to hinge forward. Either hands stay on the feet, elbows kind of press into the legs, or you can bring the forearms down. Just finding 5 full breaths in a butterfly. Again, just letting your breath be what roots you to the present. Trusting that you will have whatever you need for what's coming tomorrow, what's coming later today. And that you are not defined by the things that have happened in the past, that there's always opportunity for growth. That we can let go of what was or just embrace the becoming. Walking back up. We'll We'll just kind of switch to the other side, bringing the left shin forward, just making your way to pigeon on the other side. And if this kind of pigeon pose is not for you, you can also come to your back and do thread the needle like this. You would just cross the right ankle over the left knee and draw in. So take whatever option feels right, whatever hip opener you prefer. But wherever you are, just settle in. Start to surrender to the present. This man I met along the journey while I was at a yoga festival in Kenya, I was just asking him about his story, and he just said to me, for him, the way to live out a beautiful life is, he says, to live surrendered. And he said, if I truly believe that the God of the universe is my Father, then I would live surrendered. And he just said it so simply. And then his friend came by and he said it to her too. How would you live if you really knew the God of the universe was your Father? And she said, I'd live surrendered. And so can we surrender the unknowns of our future? Can we surrender what was and trust the goodness of the one who made you? Trust that there's good for you, that it's not with condition. Find your last few breaths in pigeon. Settle in a little bit deeper. And then inhale, press yourself back up. Just shift to the left side, bring that right leg forward. Left sole of your foot into the right inner thigh. Inhale, reach up. Hinging from the hips, fold forward. Once you find your edge, pause, drop the chin to the chest. 5 deep breaths here. You are my life-giving cup, and in that cup you hold my future. For the eternal is ever present with me, and at all times goes before me. I will not live in fear or abandon my calling, for you direct me on a path that leads to a beautiful life. So inhale, walk back up. And just make your way down onto your back, hugging your knees into your chest. Taking any final movement you might need for the last few breaths before taking a Shavasana. And then as you're ready, just let your legs extend long. Let the arms be at your side, palms face up. Just find a slow, full breath in. Gentle exhale. You are my life-giving cup, and in that cup you hold my future. For the eternal is ever present with me, and at all times goes before me. I will not live in fear or abandon my calling. For you direct me on a path that leads to a beautiful life. So just taking however long you need to be here, as I'll end here, but just be in your present moment however long you need this rest. Just allow whatever comes up to surface. Acknowledge what's there. Breathe in the peace of the moment. And just see what it is that you need to take off your mat into the rest of your day or into your night. And if you enjoyed this and want to just do more yoga with me around the world, I encourage you to just send me a message and subscribe to getting the emails that let you know when I post new classes. Have a beautiful day or night, and I look forward to being with you again.